guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I'm so happy that you're here. Today, I'm filming my first video in terms of all of my eyeshadow palettes. Now, couple caveats. One, these are just eyeshadow palettes. I'm not doing face and eye palettes. I'm not doing face palettes. Those I will do at another time. Maybe it might be next year. It might be, I might start it around Christmas, but it might be next summer. I haven't decided. It will depend on how crazy things are at the holidays when I come back to my parents. So I was rearranging, cataloging everything, and before I put them back, I thought, oh, I'm going to film them all. And I thought I'd go in alphabetical order, but I decided my first one that I want to film is Too Faced because I have so many Too Faced palettes, and I want to put them in the drawers first because I feel like that will kind of help me a little bit. And then I have so many ColourPop, so I'm going to do just a video of ColourPop, just a video of Too Faced, and then we'll kind of go from there, A through Z. Well, I don't have any Z palettes, but I have A through Y. We'll go through a few letters of the alphabet at a time, but I wanted to start with Too Faced. So give me feedback on this one. I'm going to try to put this one up the day after I film it so that I have your feedback before I film the other ones. So let me know how it's going, what you think. I'm not going to swatch all of the palettes though, like all of them, because that would be absolutely insane, and I don't have the time or energy for that, to be honest, like, because that's a lot. I have done reviews on almost all of these palettes as well. So that is in my swatches and review playlist or my 444 playlist. There's overlap between the two of them. So most of these have been talked about. There's just a couple that were just in I did like a couple 30 and 30 where I just did 30 palettes in 30 days. There's a couple of them in there, but they're gonna get full reviews later on. That was too much talking. Okay, so before I start showing you the palettes though, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts down below. Also, notification bell if you haven't done that already. If you like this, let me know. Let me know what else you want to see, kind of thing. Okay, we're going to start with my mini palettes because I have several of them that are like this little size, almost like wallet sized. So first up we have Major Love, and in here we have 8 shades, and it has like these greens and kind of neutrals. This is one that is going to be getting a full treatment. I don't know if it's one that I'm going to pull this fall or not. I haven't decided yet. Then we have Hot Buttered Rum, and this is super neutrals. There's some pretty colors in there actually. I really like those shimmers. I'm a shimmer girl. I absolutely love shimmers. Oh, so much. Then I have Forbidden Fruitcake. I really went ham with these. I didn't get all of them though because there was a couple that I don't know, they felt more tacky than the other ones, like the Light My Fire and the Kitty Likes to Scratch. No, those weren't cute. These are, for the most part, cute. Christmas Coffee is next. Honestly, not my favorite one. I feel like this one didn't perform as well, but do have that one. The other ones I have are in this drawer. So this is how I've been storing a lot of my mini palettes. And so this acrylic drawer in my set can hold 9 of these mini palettes, which I think is great. So we have Shake Your Pom Poms. I love this one. Oh my gosh, one of my favorites. Definitely my type of a color story for sure. Then we have Secret Santa. And Secret Santa is a little bit darker of colors. Doesn't really match the outside of the packaging so much, I feel like. But there's that one. Then we have Salted Caramel. And that's what it looks like. I don't know when the last Too Faced palette I bought was. I feel like I haven't purchased one in a little while though because there haven't been as many ones that I've been drawn to. Some of these have stickers on them. Sorry for the stickers. This one is Sugar Cookies and very kind of almost light palette. There's a lot of lighter shades in it. Then I have That's My Jam. Kind of cheesy, but it's there. That's what those shades look like. This I think started my mini palettes, the Tickled Peach, and I love this one. It has a little bit of the peach scent still, but definitely that peach kind of color story that I love. Then we have You're So Hot, which is the cocoa one. I think it's cute, but the name is not it. But it's definitely a brown palette with just a little pop of pink in there. Then we have Be My Lover. This one is supposed to smell, what was this supposed to smell like? I don't remember, but pretty color story. I do really like that color story. Some of these, like, you're gonna be really aware of what I like. And then we have Let's Play. This is my last one. Again, pretty color story with this one. Let's go back to some old school palettes. So these are the old 9-pan tin palettes. This one you can see I've used a ton. This is the country palette. They did country and rock and roll and had Marie Osmond as the like celebrity behind this, and I've always been a Donnie and Marie fan. I got to see them in concert in Vegas, which was awesome. I have some Marie Osmond dolls because I'm a doll collector, and I don't know, I liked the color story. As you can see, like, this was when I didn't have a lot of palettes, so I did go in really deeply with some of these shades, and I probably could finish that. I could pan that palette, I feel. Then we have Totally Cute. This one, every time I see it on my list, I'm like, what is that palette? And then I remember it's this one, and it did come with stickers that you could put on it. There is that very dark, that's a purple. It looks almost black, but it is a purple. I just always forget about this one. So not my favorite palette, obviously, because I keep forgetting about it. Then I have Cat Eyes, and Cat Eyes is a little hard for me. This is not my favorite color story. It might be one that eventually gets decluttered. There's some pretty colors in it, but I don't know if it's exactly me. Let's do a couple one-off palettes. We have the Too Faced Sugar Plum Fun. I got this one because of the packaging. I thought it was just so cute, and then I also liked the color story, obviously, with the pinks in there and the peaches. Very much kind of my color story. So I did get that one. And then another little one-off is the Pretty Puppy palette that is supposed to be of their dog, Jared, and whatever the other guy's name is, I can never remember. But just a very plain palette, huge pans, great colors. This is a really good one for travel. Not so much the shape, but just it's a good small palette, and it has some good shades in it, I feel like, for everyday wear. Maybe one of their most controversial palettes, it is the Pretty Rich palette. And do I love this palette? No. I mean, the packaging is fun. It looks like a jewelry box. I don't love all of the ones that are the like jewel shaped. Those are all glitters, and I do not go for glitters. So I like the shimmers in here. I'm not really sure why I kept this one, but I have. It has some nice colors, I guess. But I do have this one. It did make the cut, so it's staying. Let's do their like old-fashioned tin palettes. I put most of them in this little Bath and Body Works sack. This fits like perfectly. I was very shocked, but it made for good transportation and like when I was trying to sort through palettes and keep them together. We're going to start with ones that didn't fit in there though. So we have Pumpkin Spice, and this one came out after several other, like the gingerbreads, and then they did Pumpkin Spice. Cool colors. I like the mustards in there. Like, mustards are something I'm always drawn to. There's some, you know, a couple greens in there, some purples. It's kind of just a nice fall palette, some unusual colors. Not too brown. There's like a couple browns in there, but it's not an overly brown palette, which I appreciate because while I do wear browns, they're not always my favorite. Then we have the Chocolate Gold. This was like one of my most watched videos when I got this, and I swatched it, and I was wearing it right after it came out. I ended up, my store put it out early, and I just lucked out. But oh my gosh, this smells so good. I can smell it. Beautiful. There's only a couple mattes, so you have like 4 mattes, and then everything else is shimmers. So you can do some really nice looks with this. You got your basic mattes there, and then just beautiful shimmers. It's a good palette. I like it. Is it my favorite palette? No, but it is, like, I feel like it's a nice one. And then I have Italian Spritz, which is, is this the newest one I bought? This might be. I'm looking around like, when did I get some of these other ones? Beautiful colors, very bright, kind of spring, summery. Not a lot of browns. Once again, you got a few more blues in here, which are not my favorite, but you also got a couple more mustardy type shades, some pinks and there as well, and peaches. I don't know if I'd wear the kind of orangey, mustardy shades. I don't know, with some of these other ones. But like with the browns, yes, it's a nice palette. These have all like made the cut at one point or another, so I tend to like all of these. Let's talk the other chocolate palettes. So we have Semi-Sweet, which was the second one I think they came out with. This one to me is probably one of the most boring palettes I have, but I also wanted to keep it because I was keeping all the chocolates. So a lot of mattes in here. The shimmers are not like super shimmery, they're more like satiny shimmers. You got a pop of kind of pink and you got a pop of blue. So not my favorite. A little bit boring, to be honest. When I was collecting the chocolate bars, this was my favorite, and I think for a couple of reasons. One, because it has those pinks in there. Also because of the heart. This one, it also smells like chocolate still. Oh, it smells so good. So this one, a little bit more my speed. Still a lot of browns in here, but I feel like the shimmers are slightly better in this one, and you just have a little bit more fun color story, in my opinion. Maybe other people will like it better. And then we have the white chocolate, which was kind of the most controversial because it is so pale. But guess what? This shows up on me a lot. You have a brown, a dark kind of grayish brown. You have the black tuxedo shade. And then you just got a lot of light colors, shimmers. The shimmer formula improved with this one compared to Semi-Sweet because they're more shimmery than satiny. But yeah, I know this was not a favorite for sure, but I kind of like it because I'm pretty pale. Then we have the original chocolate bar, the one that started it all, and this one I got later. Bonbons was the first one I got for sure, and it's kind of a little boring. It has, you know, kind of a maroony shade in there. You got some browns in there, that one purple shade. It's okay, but if I was going to rank all of like my Too Faced palettes, it's probably not my favorite. Then we have their newest one. This actually might be my newest palette. I think I got this one on clearance at TJ Maxx. Yeah, this one and then probably the next one. I'll show you. They're probably my newest ones, thinking about it. And Italian Spritz is fairly new too. So Better Than Chocolate. Did I give you a good look at it? I think so. It does not have the same feel as the other chocolate bars. The other ones had like those big pans in there, a couple ones that were like double the size. There's a lot of shimmer in here too. So this is kind of the opposite, where I feel like you had a lot more mattes in the other chocolate bars. This one definitely has more shimmers. I don't know if I would say it's better than chocolate, but you do have a little variety in here, but not ranking super high either for me personally. So this is, I think, one of my newest ones. Definitely the newest one that I paid a lot for, but this color story really spoke to me. I did my review on it and then I used it some more. I didn't want to give it up because I just loved it so much. It is Appley, what is it? Appley in Love is the name of it. And I just love this palette, like those colors. You have a couple mustards, you have a couple greens, you have the pinks and the reds and some nice neutral browns in there. Just a fantastic palette. One of my all-time favorite palettes. If I had to pick, like, this would be in my top palettes, I think, of all time. I love this palette. I've worn it so much, and it does have a little bit of a scent to it. Not like a super amount, but this one, such a good palette. I might have to pull it back this month, or this fall. I'm trying to decide what to do palette-wise this fall. Then we have the Gingerbread Spice, which was another really popular palette. You know, has some warm toned browns in there, some purples in there. It's a nice palette. It's cute. I will say that. I really like the packaging on it. And then they also did extra spicy the next year, because of course they did. Once they get one palette that works, they keep going. I like this color story just a little bit more. It doesn't have as many shimmers, but this just feels more cohesive to me. I don't know, and I just like the colors a little bit better. I can also smell it. It smells so good. So yes, extra spicy. Should we show them next to each other? I haven't done that so far, but I don't know. And they're so shiny. There we go. I just like this one just a titch more. One more fall palette. This is Cinnamon Swirl. This is one I'm always like, what is this one? And then I realized it's not cinnamon rolls, it's cinnamon swirl. So, you know, a more neutral fall palette. It's nice. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It is a serviceable palette. Just a little not exciting to me personally. I know. Then we have the Clover palette, which is another palette that I love. It is kind of a little bit of a rainbow palette, but it has all those neutrals in it too. It's just a fun palette because you have so many color choices in here. You got greens, you got blue, you got yellow, and you just have all these nice neutrals that anchor everything down, so you can do pops of color. You could do a full colorful look if you wanted to. I don't know. I really liked the Clover palette, and I don't know how popular it was, like widespread, but it looks a little bit of a mess. There's like so much going on it. It's super cutesy, but I liked it. And then this is one of my early Too Faced palettes. You know, not as early as the Country palette, but Sweet Peach. Definitely one. I remember seeing it in Macy's by me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just started watching YouTube, and I was like, this has been really popular. I've seen people talk about how it's sold out, and I was like, oh, I need to get it. But this felt like such an expensive palette back in the day, and now I'm looking at myself and I'm like, how much money have I spent on makeup? I don't even want to think about it. So Sweet Peach, I still love this palette. You know, you got a lot of darker shades kind of. I tend to not go for these last two rows, but the rest of them I like. The shimmers feel like a little bit more like satins than shimmers later on. It has a little bit of a scent to it, but I'm so happy because this one did so well that it spawned so much other peach, and their whole peach collection was so good. Oh, absolutely loved the peach collection. But yeah, Sweet Peach has a soft spot in my heart for sure. And let's look at those palettes that it spawned. So first up is Just Peachy Mattes. This one was not a palette you would expect me to like because I am a shimmer girl. I love shimmers all the time, and this has not a single shimmer in it. It's just mattes. But even without shimmers, this makes some beautiful looks. Like those lights just really brighten up the eye, I feel like, and I really like this palette, and it has gotten quite a bit of love over the years, even if it doesn't look like it. I do really like that palette. And then I got the White Peach. I know this one was not as good. It's not as good. Is it terrible? No. But once again, kind of like the White Chocolate, lighter shades. The shimmers on this were not super great. I remember that much, but I am glad that I have it because I just feel like they needed to be together. And I know that's stupid. Like, I am a completionist at heart, so was happy with those. And then I have this guy, which is the Palm Springs Dream. And this, they took the same packaging and just made a completely different color story. You know, changed the color, obviously, of the packaging. But this one I haven't used forever. I need to bring this one back out. It's kind of a nice neutral palette, but like it's a nice warm palette at the same time. Yeah, I haven't used this one for a long time, so that might be one I need to revisit. I need to continue using my palettes. Then we have Natural Mattes from Too Faced. This one smells so good. Yeah, has like that cocoa kind of smell. Very boring palette. Very neutral palette. This is one, I feel like I was going to try to pan my Busy Art palette, but maybe like take this. I do love the embossing on it. It's so pretty. And like just take a couple Super Shocks and try to use them up and use this palette up or something like that. I don't know. Because I'm probably not going to reach for that one on its own. It needs help with it. Let's do some more one-offs. One I picked up at TJ Maxx. Keep toying with whether I should keep it or pass it along. It's pretty though. This is Love, and that's what they look like this. And then that's the palette. It looks like a letter, and it's a nice palette. It doesn't get me excited. It's a little bulky compared to some of the other palettes. It did have a brush at one time. I don't know where that is. I did put it in my declutter for sure. But I don't know. It just doesn't quite do it for me. But when I do try it, I'm like, oh, this is nice. I should reach for it more. So I didn't want to declutter it. This one, last time I brought it on, I had an incident on camera where one of the shadows just fell out on the floor of my office. So I was not going to, retrieve it and try to use it. I still wouldn't do it on this floor because no matter how many times I vacuum and clean this floor, there are like spiders the next day in this room, and it drives me nuts. This is a sunroom, and yeah, the spiders keep going. Brought out side note, brought out an exterminator at one point, and he said there's just nothing you can do about the spiders. Got rid of some of the other bugs and there was a mouse problem when my parents got this house, and got that taken care of. He came and sealed up all the possible places, and haven't had any mice issues. Have some bugs, but he said that spiders you just kind of have to learn to live with, which is frustrating. Anyway, so there's always spider webs. I will vacuum, and the next day there'll be spider webs back, and I'm like, really? Anyway, so we have the Mario palette, and lost one of those shades, so you're going to see that. Hey, look, I panned up a shadow. There are some really pretty shadows in here. I'm like looking at the one right next to it. That is so pretty. I really want to wear that. Just some nice shades. Like, maybe not these three so much as every day, but the rest of them, yeah, there's some pretty shades in that. So this is the Mario Amor Caliente palette. Another one that's just been kind of neglected. Then we have the teddy bear. This one is so cute. And actually, I really like the color story in here. This is one that I need to use more. It only got one use in like one of my 30 and 30s. So this is another one that's like on my need to fully use it for full review kind of thing. It's so pretty. I think this is definitely one that I will be working on this fall. Let's do Tutti Frutti palettes next. So I have all three of the Tutti Frutti palettes. This was a nice collection. It was kind of hit and miss for me. I liked the eyeshadows the best, and I feel like there's some other things that I thought I liked, but they just didn't stick. So this is Sparkling Pineapple. This is my favorite of the three. It's gotten a lot of love over the years. Again, I know you can't really tell, but just a really nice color story. Has a little bit of scent left. The shimmers in this are like foil, gorgeous shimmers, and I just really like it. So good mix of colors. It's kind of an everyday, but like with a pop of shimmer. Then we have the Razzle Dazzle Berry, and this one I thought I would like more than I did. It's once again has those beautiful shimmers in it, but it's really those first three that I reach for. Sometimes the fourth one, but these three I just didn't like as much, so I don't reach for it a super amount, but I do have it. And then I have Papaya Pop, which came out a little bit later. I don't know why they did a third one later, and I'm not really sure like what they were thinking. This one is not quite as good of quality. This shimmer, was not good. Yeah, interesting color story, but doesn't feel as cohesive, I guess, as the other two. Just never got super excited about that one, but wanted to keep it because I'm a completionist. Let's talk some holiday ones. First up, Best Year Ever. This came with like a little mini notebook / planner. It's kind of boring, not gonna lie, but it's a serviceable palette, and I'm keeping it because it's serviceable. I love the packaging on these. This is Christmas in Paris. I'm not sure what year this came out. This one's fairly recent, and beautiful color story. I like the color story in this. Kind of pinky shades. Also inside you have the beautiful Christmas in Paris there. There's a whole collection of these. These are just the ones that didn't have eyeshadows with them. Then, face products with them. And then we have Christmas in Los Angeles. Once again, you got the little Hollywood sign. You got the Chinese theater in there. Beautiful. And then this is what the color story looks like. Not as pretty as the other one, but I still like it. And for some reason, I really like that pop of blue. Like that blue shimmer is just fun. So I do have Christmas in Hollywood. Another set that I got because they were just too cute. We have Foxy Neutrals. And I love like the cameo kind of thing. Even though it's with animals, it still works. And kind of neutral. Don't love the shimmer in the middle because it's more of a glitter, but Foxy Neutrals, warm neutrals, kind of a nice palette, like just, it works. And then we have Unbearably Glam, and I'm not sure why this one is all shimmery and the other one isn't. Maybe it's because it was a neutral, but loved this one except for the glitters. Too many glitters in here. You have these three are glitters, and I won't use those, but the rest of them are nice. But unbearably cute. It's Unbearably Glam, but unbearably cute. Can't get rid of it because it's just too cute. Then we have Too Femme. This is not a Christmas one, but similar layout to the teddy bear, but some pretty colors, very springy colors. Like it, have it. Then we have the natural nudes. They have a second natural nudes that I keep thinking about, and I'm like, why? I don't need any more eyeshadow palettes. So I have resisted it. This is the natural nudes, so very nude-like, good color story actually, like easy to kind of make and put looks together. So kind of smart on their part, for, in all honesty. Then we have these guys. These are also ones that I need to test more extensively. So we have Natural Lust. Love the peacock on it. It is so pretty. And ooh, it's kind of just, it has a little bit of everything. Actually, these ones fold back pretty easily. So you have a lot of shades in here. It feels like they were trying to like copy Morphe or something at this point, or Violet Voss. Just a lot of shades and pretty shades. Need to use it more, like I said. And then it was inspired by this one, which is Natural Love, and this one is flocked. It has a little flocking on it, which is, I don't know, just such a fun touch. Once again, the mirror folds back. I like this color story just a little bit more. There's a lot more light colors, a lot more like light shimmers in here. It's pretty, but it is also a huge palette. These are both ones that I need to do more playing with and do a full review. So that is it for my Too Faced palettes, and I have a lot of them. This was a little longer than I thought it was going to be honest. So yeah, definitely need to kind of condense how many palettes. Can you imagine if I swatched everything? Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if you have any of these palettes. If you remember any of these palettes, what your favorite one was. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.